Ooh, the Vancouver Canucks today are kind of cooking. A little bit of surprising moves. I did not see this coming, but you never know when a trade is coming, so you love to see it. So the first move, Erik Brannstrom has been everywhere this offseason. So he was first traded from Ottawa to Colorado, I believe, which is like whatever. And then now he is, I guess, kind of a Vancouver Canuck. I don't even know how to describe it. So they put him on waivers, though, which is a move. But I think that they did that because they didn't want Tucker Poolman to be on LTIR. I think that's the reason for it. Now, I guess that they are thinking that he is going to be able to pass through waivers. I would assume so anyway. But we'll have to see. I've always been a bit of a Brannstrom truther, though. Like, he is a defenseman on the smaller side, which obviously I have my issues with. But we know these days that does not mean that you can't play. Just because you're small doesn't really mean that you can't play anymore, right? You can still make a very successful NHL career. You know, you look at Lane Hudson. And I believe his name is Lane Hudson with the Canadians. This kid is unbelievable. I mean, we don't know if he's going to be like a solidified NHLer yet, but he looks good. You know, he is a player with a lot of good skill sets. Pretty good skater, good puck handler, good offensive instincts. It just takes a while sometimes for NHL blue liners especially to put it together. So if they can actually hold on to him just in general, this could actually be a very, very good move for them. I mean, you never know. It's kind of a flyer. Even though I like Brannstrom, I've become a little bit, I would say, more skeptical of him at this point because you don't know exactly what he's going to be right now, right? Because if he hasn't proven it yet, he hasn't proven it yet. But again, I usually like to give defensemen a little bit of a break because we don't actually know. Like sometimes, there's the old adage, it'll take like 200 or 300 games before you know exactly what a defenseman is going to be, if you understand what I mean. So I'm going to give him a little bit of a break there. Now, they were not done yet. You have Nils Hoglander, who is absolutely a solidified NHLer in my opinion. Like, he was really good. Well, he was pretty damn good for the Canucks. He shot really, really well for the Canucks. He got, I think 24 goals. He was low on the assist account, but again, as we know, goals are the most valuable thing in the National Hockey League. There's no doubt about that. And he scored 24 of them. Now, he is only getting about $3 million a year, which is, I'd take that, absolutely. I think that's a really, really good deal for the Canucks. I was wondering what was going to happen to him, but it's good to see players, have their contracts figured out so they can just focus on actually playing hockey. Like I said, I think that the Vancouver Canucks, I've gone about this in some of my other videos, I think the Vancouver Canucks are going to be really, really quite good this season. I hope so anyway. I hope good things for all the Canadian teams. It's better to see them being competitive because they carry the NHL on their backs. And adding Hoglander to this type of deal is going to be a good deal. Now, there is the potential, though, for him to take a bit of a step back. Like, I don't think Hoglander is going to be able to score 24 goals this season. I would be very, very surprised, right? I'm glad the Canucks got him at $3 million because and this is just my personal opinion, I don't think that he's going to be able to replicate 24 goals in what he did before. That's very hard. I haven't looked at his shooting percentage, but I would assume it's a little high. You know, he was kind of one of those players that was a back and forth player for a while, but let's be clear, he has solidified himself this year. Now, we don't know exactly what he's going to be. Like, can he play consistently on the second line? Can he play on the first line? Probably not. I think he fits on a really good team. I think he fits very comfortably into the third line wing slot, something like that. He is an undersized player, so that is going to hold some issues, obviously. You know, when you have an undersized player, they aren't always the best at winning battles on the walls and things like that. But, $3 million for a guy that buried 24 last year, this is just straight up a good deal. How are you going to complain about that? I guess we could find a way to complain about it, but I'm not going to. You know, I am interested to see what happens to Brannstrom. I'm interested to see if some team picks him up and then what happens from there. We'll just have to see, but I'm going to be keeping a close eye on the waivers. I love it this part of year. I love waivers at this part of year. I find it always like very interesting, and just, keep your eye on it, because there's always some interesting players that get on the waivers that, teams have an opportunity to pick up. Obviously, the worser teams are going to have more of an opportunity to pick up players, because that's how the waivers go. So I'm going to be keeping a close eye on that. Like, if there's a rebuilding team that has an option to pick him up, he is on waivers. You never know. They obviously did that to avoid Pullman going on LTIR, which, okay, whatever. And then we have Nils Hoglander re-signing for $3 million, a really good deal. So the only thing that makes me a little bit sketchy about the Canucks is their goaltending situation with Demko. That has it's worried me, in my opinion, for a little while when it comes to the Canucks. But I'm really, really hoping they made a really, really good signing in getting Lankinen. But yeah, the Vancouver Canucks are ready and raring to go. I think they're a playoff team again this year. Really good, talented, young team. They got a squad, man. They got a squad. Anyways, so I'm going to leave the video right there. If you could like, comment, and subscribe, I really would appreciate it. Tell me why I'm wrong. Tell me why I'm right. Give me your opinion on this as well. And have a great day, guys. Goodbye.